Alright, so I will be assembling the YiHUA 1000B BGA rework station. So this is one of my first ones that I will start to use with and advance further into better equipment in the future. So let's try and build this. Never used one of these before, and there's always a first time for everything. So I've just opened the unit and put everything on the side. I haven't actually set it up yet. This is the guide post. We need to put this first. Okay, I'm assuming this is what we need to do next, is the load retainer ring and locking nut. Alright, so that's done. Great. Set the infrared lamp part into the guide post and tighten the nut. So this came like this, partially loose. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like this is supposed to just sit in there. Maybe. I don't see any screws. Alright, not sure. By the looks of it. It's adjustable. So this is supposed to sit here like this. Control number 1, control number 2. Alright. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Why would I make this so short? Let's bring that down. Maybe it's not meant to be high, which is understandable. Right, so connect the wire. So this is the infrared wire. Light, infrared light. Still a bit short. I don't know what the deal about this is, why they made it so short. Maybe it's supposed to be short, okay. Okay, that's all in there. Really weird design. Maybe that's the maximum it should go. Okay, so lamp wire is done. Number 5, filtered light sheet. So this guy here. How did this go? It's a weird design. I'm assuming this goes over here. And I'm going to assume that this bolt comes out on the left. Then you can open that ring. Yep. Just put that ring over here. And then close. I'm going to be lazy. There we go, that's nice and tight. Feels very dodgy. I guess you get what you pay for. Okay, that will do. You can peel that off. Great. Okay, install airgun handle frame. Number 6. So airgun, I'm assuming it is airgun handle frame. That looks like for the solder. This guy here. So it's supposed to go just like this. Okay, that's done. Install lights and sensor. Lights and sensor, number 7. Okay, so lights and sensor. I guess that's power cable. Looks like this one here. So there's a temperature sensor and the light. Cool. So they basically solder 2 wires which close the circuit and pick up the sensing information. And so this is just supposed to go like that. Over here. Those 2 screws. Wow, look, it's even got a AU tick. This is most likely a genuine YiHUA product. I'm happy to see that. I feel a little bit safer in using it. So why would they do this? How the hell am I? So that goes like that. Really? Really? Or am I an idiot? Oh yeah. That goes like this. Okay. Yep. Great. So we got our sensor and the light. So it's all looking nice, nearly getting there. And soldering station handle. Okay, so that should be soldering station. Right, okay, so probably don't need this, but I have a YiHUA soldering station already, but it's on the other side. Yeah, we'll probably not use this tip. We'll use something else, the YiHUA 907F. This is just for the spool, so probably you'll have it on the, when you're working with the solder. How would you work with this? So, soldering station. Yeah, so I'll probably have this on the right, just like that. You can do whatever you like. Nope. Okay. So you put your spool there. There we go. We'll sort this out later. So this on that side. Just want to see how practical this is in real life. Okay. Alright, so we're nearly getting there. And what else we got left? That's power. Yeah, see, this part is insulated. Many Chinese imports, they're all bare metal. High risk of electric shock. If you got little ones flying around. Okay. Okay, now let's connect the power. No, I'm kidding. I'm really interested in how like this assembly goes. I've never used one of these before. These are for the heat gun. So heat gun. I now use a 18 brand heat gun, and I love it. Like, what the hell do these do? I've never used these before. So these are extra heads for the heat gun, different size. If you're curious, so there's a square one, bit dodgy. Big fat round one, thin one, and a medium size. Alright, so we'll leave that there. Okay. So you can get different size heads. I see. Lamp cup, infrared assembly. Secure that nice and tight. It goes up and down. That's the maximum height before the cable can't take it anymore. But you can loosen these, so when you're working with the job, you can just push it on the side. This cable is annoying. Why will it go further? Come on, buddy. Okay. So put the knob at the back. There we go. So you can just move it all the way. When you're working the board, you can lift it up. So how does this work? Well, it seems to be going in here. At the moment I look like an idiot, but you know, in the future I'll make many videos on reballing, graphic cards, PlayStations, many small projects. Mainly for fun and business. Anyway, we'll figure this out later. So whatever we're heating, I guess. I have no idea. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. What else? I think that's about it. Curious to turn it on. So off, off, off. And hot air, I can leave that on. So I'll do a quick, what's this? This is another item. I guess it goes, where's the glass? Oh, sure. It's a different size head. Okay, so there's two different size heads for the job you may be working on. Yep, so that's for a larger, that's a smaller. I'll probably be working on larger ones. But you know what, I'm going to do a bunch of experiments on dead boards before working on real jobs, so I can master this and learn this unit properly, and then do commercial jobs so it's done properly and up to standards. I've got a lot of soldering balls and soldering paste all ready, just a matter of time to give it a go. So let's connect the power and let's turn on this unit. Hope it won't explode. You never know these things. Power. And spin there. Alright, off, 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 off. So the fan is spinning up there. Okay, so I'll do a quick tour. Sorry, it got cut out. Maybe we'll come back on. Yep, that's the Apple logo. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Maybe you can hear the fan. I'll bring the microphone a bit closer. Two fans running. One here on the top. And another one here. So we've got here, this is for the hot air. So on, choose the temperature. Okay, that's the airflow. and I'm not sure how it turns on, whether it's activated by picking up. Yes, put down, and it turns off. That's very nice. So it's got a induction which turns on. So well, why not we give it a go? Stupid thing, I never thought I'd give it a go, but I'll give it a go. I'm just curious. I did save a bunch of chips that we can give it a go on, and oh yeah, that's okay. So I've got a bunch of graphic cards and other things. So this here is a Kingston SSD, which I did a video on where it was getting short on the controller. So let's, I don't know, without reading the instructions and guide, let's see if we can do anything about it. We'll use our own state-of-the-art film extractor. Alright, so I'll bring the camera closer. One second. There's actually 3 fans altogether. Okay. Okay, so hopefully this will be sufficient, and you can see most of the alright, so I don't know, does this go on the bottom, on top? So this is supposed to be on top? Oh, maybe that's for preheating, that makes sense. So you put your, so this is for preheating, right. So you put your board on top like this, it gets hot and preheats the board, which makes the job easier. Okay, let's try our light. State-of-the-art light. Alright, there we go. It's too bright on the camera. That looks a little bit better. I'm going to lift it up a little bit more. We've gone with an LED light, which is quite powerful. You can't see very clear, it's too strong. Alright, look, I'm just going to leave it on the edge a little bit so you can see the board. So, first thing, let's remove something of this board. What should we remove? There's a fuse here. It's a network card. Oh no, modem. Yeah. Oh, a modem? Gee. Yeah, wow, that is a modem. That is very old. Incredible. Okay, so yeah, two are required for modems, telephone wire, electric shock, lightning, etc. Why don't we try one of the eggs? So, I've never used a square tip before, which I may in the future. So I'm just going to go with a medium sized tip, just for a demo. Now don't forget, it turns on automatically, so make sure it's off before you attempt to lift it up like me. Okay, just like that. And I'll get my chicken stock. Chicken stock. You remember this? Chicken stock flax. Cheapy from AliExpress. Yeah, it makes me hungry when I use this. I just don't like it at all. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just gonna, as in the videos they show, use a bit of flux. Okay, let's get that capacitor. There's a capacitor there. Actually, it's a big one. Bunch of capacitors there. I'm just gonna put it in the on position. Let's go 400 degrees. The 810 I use, airflow is fantastic. Let's see the airflow in this guy. Yeah, you can smell the chicken pot. So it's saying it's reached 400 degrees. Let's heat the board a little bit, and we're just going to take out capacitor. So this light is actually no good. LED creates a big reflection, like very big reflection. So you do want a natural lighting or proper lighting in your workshop. Ooh, that is hot. Okay, let's take that out. Yeah, this is serious business. This is working properly. So this is a no joke. Heat station, heat gun. Alright, so that works. Now let's try the iron, soldering iron. Yep, there we go. 250. Okay, go for it. Let's get a tip cleaner. Okay, alright, so that. Okay. Let's put that guy back. One second. Finish it. Okay, so soldering iron. Let's give that a go. We don't really need to do it here. You know, you can do it on the table. But, I mean, I don't know why I'm wasting my time here. Okay. Yeah, that works beautifully. Is it practical? Yes and no. If you're tight on space, this is actually fantastic. So I don't really understand the purpose of this guy. I think it's just for the heating the board. So normally you'll just work on it like this. This is ridiculous, you know. You normally want to work under a microscope. Okay. I'm just gonna say this is not practical at all. Yeah. So if you want to get this machine, you really get the BGA. You know, I don't know. Anyway, I don't think it's practical to have a soldering iron. Okay, anyway, let's try the board heating. Let's turn that off. Okay. Now I've got a heat measurement tool somewhere. Okay, where the hell are you? To check the temperature. Oh, I just realized we can use the... Oh no, how do we use this guy? Preheat plate, heat lamp. I'm just curious to know, how do we check the temperature of this? Let me just have a look at the manual. See. So you don't actually get to see the temperature of this, but if you want to get the temperature to be accurate, you want this to be example 200. You bring that to the 200, and accordingly the system will manage temperature and show you, and adjust its own temperature accordingly, so it doesn't exceed, if that makes sense. So preheat plate, why don't we give that a go? And what we'll do is we'll take out, let's see what we should take out. So I'll show you the bigger head, which I'm going to change now. And I'm actually going to remove a memory module from an SSD. Okay, so what we're going to do then, preheat the board, and we're going to remove, let's say this guy. I'm curious about what's under here. We got a short on this, if you remember, on one video. Alright, why don't we do that? Why don't we preheat the board, and let's see how this will work. Let's do some adjustments. Okay, so we'll do the camera, a little lighting like this. As you can see, it's not really practical. You really need to have your own lighting. You know what? Yeah, the lamp I've got is too far, so we won't worry about that for now. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. Okay, so let's give it a go. Preheat, let's say 200 degrees. So that's the maximum it will heat to. So you can cook your meal on here. I was looking for the laser temperature range. Looks like I don't have it, or I put it somewhere, I don't know where it is. Okay, so 58. Oh, you can see some smoke coming. Interesting. Well, from that temperature only. Not sure, is there a film there or should I be moved? No. Let's say 150 degrees. So we're basically cooking, baking. Yeah, you really need a film extractor. So what I'm going to do is remove the soldering iron out of the way. And you do want to work in an open environment. Okay, let's suck the most available out of this. So now you know the controls. Don't really need to see them. So what I'm going to do is bring the camera closer so we can get closer to the action and see what's happening. This fan is horrible. I need to replace it. Okay. Okay, so it's at the moment 148 degrees. It is very hot. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove that guy, yeah? So let's put a bit of flux. Let's see what happens to the flux. $150 degrees currently. Let's bring it to 200. So normally you will set timer, say for example certain board, certain thickness, you will go preheat for a certain amount of time, and then you will use the infrared for a certain amount of time. All this a bit of experience and get a hang of it. So 181 degrees. So you can bring that temperature, the pins, the exposed metals to an area. So you can see what the current reading is. I mean, you can use that information to... Oh, here we go. We can see this flux melting there. Okay. So normally you'll use a brush. All right. So I don't know what temperature to, how to make this really work. So I'm going to leave that at 200. It's an experiment. Maybe I'll bring it down to 180. Let's say the board is now preheated. It's cooked to a certain degree. I don't know how long it's been. Let's go bring in the infrared heat lamp and close this light for safety, I guess. Now, there we go. It's now working at 200 degrees. I'm going to increase the temperature, assuming maybe 260. Let's say 300. I never used infrared before, so it's first time. And that looks like it is right on board, maybe a little bit more back. $187 degrees. You can see a little bit of the solder melting. $190 and $193. Now this guy here, you can check the temperature of the board. It's 130, I believe. Ah, I see. Okay. So we got here. This is a sensor voltage. Okay. So over here we got two temperature reading, sensor and infrared. Okay. So currently sensor, because it's outside, 29. Now the plate itself is increasing, 121, 133, 154, 164. Now normally you'll bring this temperature to around the chip that you are currently working on. So you can see okay, this is super annoying. Okay, so our chip here is currently 106, 112, 115. Alright, now apparently it's heating at 300 degrees. See if the chip is moving? No. Okay. Alright, let's increase the temperature to 350 is the maximum it will go. You can see the temperature really kicking in, so we do need good ventilation. The fan is doing the best it can. Okay, 350 degrees. I can see the flux working, so melted. Curious to know what's happening with the chip. No, not yet. Oh, I forgot I was going to work on the controller. Now I'm working on the memory chip. That's fine. Still cooking, 350 degrees. Curious to know what the temperature of the chip is. $153, $161. So the chip temperature is currently 167 degrees. So we've still got a long way to go. Okay. It's actually working. Okay. Very cool. Now I'm not sure, do you still need to preheat the board while you're working on this? I have no idea. Okay, we'll figure it out. So 350 degrees is the maximum it will go. That's enough for solder to melt. And I understand the concept. There's no airflow, so the chip will melt perfectly. And it would be really nice to have a camera together with the infrared. I guess that's where the expensive machines come in handy. Okay. How about now? Let me just lift it up a little bit. It is very bright in there. No, not nudging at all. So we're just gonna cook it more. Yes, I realized my mistake. If I remember, this should be much lower. So I'm just gonna, for safety, I'm gonna turn it off and bring that guy down. I'm an idiot. It's fine. Okay. Check that now. Here we go. For it to be really effective, you should have it at a lower angle, so it can really do its work. Okay, so there's a, so it's not even in the center, so I've just been wasting my time. Wow. You can really see the magic happening now. All the solid joints are all, wow, this is full on. Now this is serious business. Okay, wait a bit more, waiting for all solder points to melt. Wow, there is a lot of smoke. So you're doing a good fume extractor. Ventilation is very important. Okay. So we really should time how long to hold it in a certain place. You know, with experience, you get better and better. Maybe it's best to use raw solder melt all around the edges, depending on the chip. And you should use a sucker to lift that chip up. Yeah, so I have a problem with my setup here. Alright, bear with me. Okay, we got the fan nice and secure. Let's go back to this guy. And alright. We're gonna use longer tweezers. I've got the sucker tool, but I haven't set it up yet. Okay. I don't know. No, not budging at all. I'll turn the preheat off. You can see the solder melt, like all around, it's like bubbling. No, not at all. See if you can be a little bit more closer. Okay, there we go. Okay. Try removing that again. Right, I have no idea. Okay. How about now? It is extremely bright there, so wear sunglasses or protective gear. Believe it or not, I think I've got my tweezers in the bottom of the chip a little bit. I don't know how long it's supposed to wait. Unless I'm doing something really wrong. I have no idea. How about now? Oh, there we go. See, it is budging. I am gonna just be a little bit tough on this. I don't have enough time at the moment. We'll do proper jobs later. Just want to see if that guy does come out. I don't even know if there's any bolts under this chip. I have no idea what to expect. But I doubt there is. Okay. Oops, shush. Alright. Now this is not something you want to do, yeah? I'm just doing for experiment. So we already pulled some tracks of that memory chip, which is not good, quite too much force. But if it's a bad chip you're removing, maybe it can be a little bit tough. I don't know. But yeah, don't do what I'm doing. Just a test. Okay, let's see if this comes out now. My recommendation would be, if you can see the pins, put low melt solder and going about 220 degrees, infrared, should be able to remove easily instead of what I'm going through now. See if I can make it go a little bit more lower. Okay. Now we're really cooking. It's quite deep. So you do need to really bring it down. Jesus, okay. Well, we let it cook more then, okay. Not coming out. Not coming out. Yeah, it's really not coming out, okay. We need to wait more. Okay, nearly there, a couple more. Couple more. Okay, that's been removed. You can now turn it off. And lift this up. Right, let's look at the mess. So that's the board there. So I just literally went crazy and of course, removing the chip. As you can see, some of the tracks there are gone. Here is okay. So nothing here on the bottom. You can see all the flux there. Okay. And the actual chip that was removed. That's the chip there. That's the bottom. That's the top. So really you have to apply good solder, flux, steady solder one of the joints, and then put it under the machine and let it cook, and you'll be done. You need to be patient, get the temperature right. You should be able to do this, yeah. Alright, that's the end of this video. And like I said, I'll do many jobs in the future with BGA level work. See how I go, see what comes in through the door. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Oh yeah, I'll do a quick tour of the back of the connections. So, close that light. Move the fan off. So yeah, so infrared, plate, soldering iron, hot air. Still have to know how to use this guy. Fan is always on, spinning, on all around. And that's the back of it there. Power, on and off. Let's turn off the unit. And you got each individual connection there. And Celsius or degrees, Fahrenheit. Yeah, so this is definitely genuine, and I would say I'm happy with this unit. I just need to learn more about it, and I should be able to do it. See you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to support this channel.